Are you looking for a league that has racing 3 nights a week or special event races? Tier 1 Racing League is here for you. Most races are broadcasted by our very own Tier 1 studio. From dirt track to super speedways, Tier 1 has side-by-side racing with real drivers and real rivalries. If you wish to join us, go to our website, Tier1RacingLeague.com, where you can find our Discord link and much more information. Don't forget to subscribe to our Tier 1 Studio YouTube and Twitch channels so you don't miss the action.
Are you ready to take your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing EasyDayBot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, EasyDayBot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an easy day download now at easydaybot.com.
And welcome to Tier 1 Truck Series Season 2 action from the Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. Qualifying is already completed and drivers are ready to take the track here as they tackle a raceway with tons of character. Welcome to tonight's Tier 1 Studio broadcast. My name is Zach Woods up here in the Tier 1 Studio booth. Alongside me in production is Brett Bullard, and we have a jam-packed event ready for you tonight. The trucks are taking on a track that is bumpy, it is bigger, it is wild, and you can see the running order here in front of you for week 2 at Texas Motor Speedway. Yes, Daytona has come and gone, and yes, all the drama and all the hype surrounding Daytona has faded into the background. Meanwhile, we are going to try to put on a great show for you guys here at Texas, with stages happening at lap 25 and lap 50. This 100-lap event will sure to provide some exciting action. We have the Justin and Justin front row. Justin Sumner and Justin Durand take the point here tonight, and let's see who conquers the biggest track here in Texas, at least right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Trucks are ready and they are underway. Green flag flies from Texas Motor Speedway. And that driver on the 94, he gets a good launch off, gets lots of help behind him back there from Caleb Collins in the 72 truck. That bottom line is going to be vital for launching off and making sure you get good restarts all day. Oh, Caleb gets a big wiggle going down the backstretch already. Wow, we already have some action going 3 wide. Everybody seems to sort it out here in the corner. 3 wide again. What's going to happen? Oh, no, there's some action. Kevin Coleman collecting some other drivers. We do have some jitters here on this replay, but for those of you who are watching this broadcast now, I just want you to know that this is a labor of love from Tier 1 Studios. There won't be any more action like that where we see jittery race trucks for this specific broadcast. You have no idea the lengths that we have went to make sure that this action is covered well for you. But 3 wide action happens in turn 1 and ultimately takes out a number of really fast race trucks. It all starts with Kevin Coleman taking it 3 wide going into turn 4 on lap 1. Multiple trucks are involved. We see the 1 truck also involved. Ultimately, a lot of fast guys taken out right away here on turn 4 of lap 1. That's Elliott further on back in the field. Connor Elliott. I think Dave Harrington got a piece of that. Bryson Caldwell as well. Chavez in the 23. That's Frank Chavez. And tonight's all about just making sure we bring as much action to you as possible. As you can see, we're going down through the grid now from where you started. Zachary Tyler +1 from where he began. Caleb Collins with that wiggle off of turn 2 drops back a couple spots to the 5th position. Brett in production making sure that all the bells and whistles are available for you for this Tier 1 studio event here at Texas. And yeah, very quickly, hardly got through intros, and we already have an event taking place on lap 1, turn 4 tonight. Shaking off the dust of Daytona, right? These drivers are moving into a completely different discipline tonight here at Texas, where ultimately racecraft is going to take priority. Preserving tires is going to take priority. And here you can see the drivers who have made their way already down pit road from about, 10th on back. Some of our stuff is a little off at the moment, but as you can see, based on the running order, that wreck that took place on lap 1 is going to take out a number of really talented drivers this evening. Or at least set them back. We're not quite sure in terms of what the future might hold for them, but the good thing about how Tier 1 Truck Series is set up is that ultimately you have some breaks at stages in order to capitalize on misfortune. You can go down, make repairs, and try to button up your race car and make sure that you are as effective as possible out there on the racetrack. This track is very draft dependent, so making sure that you have a clean truck underneath you is high priority. 2 by 2, the trucks pace down the backstretch. Hopefully we get a nice green flag run here. Drivers are able to settle in and figure out one another as the lights are off, and we're going to go green here this time by the driver of the 94, still out front as Sumner prepares to get a good launch on that bottom line. Now the Justin and Justin show have taken up refuge on the bottom lane. New challenger to the outside. That would be the 83 truck, and ultimately you just kind of hope that you get enough traction up there on that high line to get a good jump off this restart. And we are back underway to get lap 5 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Great leap off the front end by Justin. Everybody sort of, you can kind of see they're already spooked. These drivers giving each other a lot of room now as they make their way down the backstretch. There's a swap for second. The 5 machine able to make his way there. Timing and scoring, trying to play catch up at the moment, but these guys are duking it out for now. Got a battle back here, the 29 and the 67. The 67, that's Greg Wood there on the low line. He's able to make it work. Got to be careful though. Aero tight is a real thing here in Texas. Ooh, getting into that fence. It's hard to not get excited because there's always so much action here at Texas, especially at Legacy, Texas. You can hit a bump wrong and really upset a truck here, especially when the tires are as low in air pressure as they are right now off the initial start. These guys are just trying to figure out their machines. As you can see, these guys are not giving up. This is a battle back here for 3rd place. Caleb Collins to the inside. There's a nice onboard shot. Looking how that 72 is going to try to wrap the bottom and make his way around. And all night long, you're going to see drivers flat out through 3 and 4 and then try to finesse the throttle a little bit in 1 and 2 in order to get the car to hook and rotate the center of the corner very well. You have to be patient with how the trucks are able to roll. You can see 72 wash up the hill, and ultimately everybody's able to keep it straight. The power goes down here on the backstretch where drafting is such a big factor. As you can see, Caleb Collins does not get 3rd place to Dakota Ramsdale. Dakota is able to fend that position off, mainly in part because he got the run off the corner, used the draft to make his way down the backstretch. But right now, it's all Justin Sumner here up front from Twin City, Georgia. I love how these drivers were able to update their driver profiles this week using SDK. Got that cool little graphic there for Justin. And if any driver is curious on how to make those cool driver profiles happen, you just need to download the SDK app, the driver profile app, log into an iRacing session, and then fill out your driver info, put in a picture that you want, and then boom, we have it up here in the booth, able to show the viewers what's going on. Got a big battle back here for about the 9th position, as drivers are trying to side draft the daylights out of each other here on lap 10. Back up mid-pack. This continues to be a battle that we have our eyes on. This is a battle for 6th place. That's Tyler there in the 29 truck, and Greg Wood Jr. trying to make his way to the front. Zachary Tyler doing a great job of trying to defend, roll the center of the corner well, and ultimately keep any clean air off the nose of the 67 machine. Out front, they're all still chasing Sumner. He looked very strong at Daytona. We remarked how that 94 truck was really good at pushing, really good at making some moves, and he's putting some big boy statements out there right now. As you can see from this awesome onboard shot that we have, the kind of character that Legacy Texas has that just the modern Texas doesn't. This is a favorite from guys that want a challenge, that want to be able to make their way around this racetrack. Try to maneuver the bumps, try to keep your truck wound up, yet also always gripping, fighting, trying for clean air in the center of the corner so the truck rolls the center very well. One, two, three under a blanket right now. Looking back now through the field, that's Christopher Cash in the 69 machine. He started from the back. He's got some work to do in front of him. Got some of these guys. Oh, got one in the fence right there. And ultimately looks to keep it straight. But this gaggle here, they're fighting for outside stage points as we near that lap 25 marker. This guy right here, trying to get a good look at the number. Yeah, that's Dave Harrington. I thought that was Dave. He got really loose coming out of 2 and hit the wall pretty hard. Luckily, 25 is a handful of laps away. We'll have to see if Dave minimizes the damage here and is able to keep that truck rolling, that 66. This battle is about for 13th back here between a few guys who really need to break away in order to get a shot at these guys up here. You have the 84 trying to fend off trucks that are now coming alive here in the long run. Greg Wood Jr. doesn't really know what to do. He was like, I was just battling this AOL truck, and now I'm trying to get ahead of both of you. But great side-by-side action here so far at Legacy Texas. And honestly, this is a fan favorite. This is an announcer favorite as well. As you can see, a big push there into the back end of the 84 going into turn 1. Look at this gaggle back here featuring quite a number of cars who were involved in that lap 1 incident. Kevin Coleman trying to make his way back up to the front. Side by side trying to pack some air on that right rear. That might come back to bite you. You pack that air on that right rear coming out of the corner. Yeah, that's all well and good. You slow down the truck beside you, but you really get it out of shape because you see Kevin ripping that high line right now in that 00 truck. Just trying to make some time. Ultimately, he's got a long way to go, so you got to be patient working your way back up through the field. Looking back up towards the front, nothing has changed between our 3 leaders. They're just kind of keeping an eye on each other. Sumner has stretched his lead out right now, but Durand is keeping him within earshot. At a track like this, you got to just fall in love with consistency. You got to hit your marks. You got to miss the bump. You got to ultimately keep the truck under control all throughout the run. As the tires wear, you have to make sure you back up your corner and play everything safe. Battle back here featuring the 47 machine stuck in a sandwich. We're trying to decide where we want to go as Kevin Coleman continues to make moves up there on that high line. Look at that truck sideways coming out of turn 4 now, trying to keep the truck underneath him. Gets a great run off side by side. Now with the 16, again, this battle is outside the top 10. Adrian Torres just trying to make good on trying to make some track position up before stage break. Remember, stage is at lap 25. And these drivers are doing the best they can in order to minimize some misfortune that found them on lap 1. Bill Sleep hanging back behind this group as well, just trying to observe, trying to figure things out. Cutting through the dog leg, it's all well and good until you clip the grass, just like I was about to jinx him. Oh my goodness. The power I possess up here in this booth. Torres clips the grass going through the travel. Going to cost him a couple spots. Meanwhile, the battle continues to rage up in front of him. Kevin Coleman not giving up on last week's winner. Matthew Erickson driving that 28 machine. Was able to stamp a victory at Daytona. Now just kind of minding his business towards the back end of, or I guess it would be the front end of the back half of the field. Meanwhile, these two guys just cannot leave each other alone. Tyler and Wood are just going at it, throwing haymakers right now. They are losing traction on the guys that they were with earlier in the race, as Greg Wood Jr. finally makes the pass on the outside of the AOL machine. He's going to go 2 for 1, as I think that's the 3 car and 3 truck making his way. He's got damage. That's Scott Milliken. Back up front, it still remains the same as we near a stage break. Justin Sumner has now pulled out. 2 over 1 second lead on Durand and company. You can see Durand just trying to keep within earshot. I think he's kind of content with the fact, okay, I'm not going to win this stage, but I don't want to lose any more points. Ramsdell following close behind. Caleb Collins back here in the 4 truck, or a 72 truck rather, in 4th place. Alex Fuller back here in the 10. He was getting kind of sporty towards the end of Daytona. Had a really good run going. Unfortunate caution late caught him up in some action. Greg Wood chilling back here in 7th. Then we got Tyler in 8th, 9th. Got Justin Hayes. Caldwell locking down that 10th spot right now. Everybody wants to be the 47 machine, including Elliott here in the 1. Driving back through the field. Howard. There's Christopher Cash. Started last on the field. Made his way up to 13th in spite of that lap 1 incident. Continuing to look back through the field for your favorite driver as they duke it out here for stage points. These guys back here, stage points is not something that's going to happen for them, but ultimately positioning before the caution flag flies is critical. As any moment now, we shall have Justin Sumner cross the start-finish line and capture stage 1. You can see the lead is kind of dwindled down. It's at 3/4 of a second now. It's not at a full second like it was earlier, but Sumner has caught lap traffic. But that will be the completion of lap 25, and you can see it on your screen, folks. Stage 1 is complete here from Texas Motor Speedway, and your stage 1 winner is Justin Sumner, leading from the point, never relinquishing the lead, and dominates stage 1 here at Legacy, Texas. What is to come for the driver of the 94? He had such a great effort last week, ultimately comes up short. Is redemption in store for him at Legacy, Texas? You see your running order here for the stage. Find out where your favorite driver is. We're getting ready for pit stops. You can see those numbers on the side of the screen. They will designate how long your favorite driver is on pit road. Ultimately, we fully expect drivers to take 4 in fuel. A fuel run here is about 28 laps, 28-ish laps. You never really know because these trucks are so aero-dependent. If you can get locked on a guy for a full run, you're able to save gas, you're able to pedal the machine a little bit more, maybe get a couple laps out of the truck. That might play into a factor later. We'll have to see, but ultimately, you can see there are some big movers throughout the field. Caldwell up 10 from where he started, Elliott up 11. And now it's time for pit road as drivers make their way down, more than likely taking 4 in fuel for the stage. Doesn't look like anybody overshot their pit or nothing. No drama here on pit road, at least for now. And you'd like to hope that these yellow flag stops are ones that you can really capitalize on as, man, the ticker comes in play. Caldwell, but more importantly, your leader now, Hayes, is able to take less fuel than the rest of the field. Jared Hayes is able to bump his way to the lead out of Omaha, Nebraska. The driver of the 46 truck, more than likely with a 9.1 second pit stop, only took 2 tires and fuel as he is able to get the lead here moving into stage 2. Now, the interesting part about this is that, yes, it took 25 laps to get to the end of stage 1, but under these caution flags that we see now here at stage break, it's not really a 25 lap run to the end of the stage. You got to knock a few off of that. So I like being aggressive. I like taking 2. I like being able to take less fuel than everybody else. He's plus 12 from where he started, and if we learned anything from that first run, from what Sumner was able to teach us, clean air is vital for these trucks here at Texas. I'm curious to see what 2 trucks do on this 46 Superflow machine. Talked about the launch earlier today, and these drivers maybe wanting that lower line, more grip down there, able to get a good launch off. That's going to help him. What's not going to help him is nearly the entire field taking 4 tires. And the further back through the field you wind up going, the tighter the truck gets. So the truck might race really loose. Actually, there's no might about it. He's definitely going to be loose. And so being tight in the field might compensate for that. But we'll have to see. Can Dakota Ramsdale pounce from row 2? We'll have to see what happens as these trucks are getting ready to go thundering down into turn 1. Hayes is going to lead them on a 2-tire call, taking the lead now. Able to get a really good launch and clear Sumner. That's pretty unexpected, actually. Can the 83 capitalize? He's taking a peek, decides better of it, and the driver that gambles is the driver that leaps away. By a really good margin, actually. It looks like... Are we back under yellow? Might be back under yellow. Yes, we are. As the yellow flag is out here, more than likely for a restart oopsie here at lap 30. Trying to get the best views we can. Once again, for those of you that participated, for those of you who've been waiting for this broadcast, you have no idea the lengths we here at Tier 1 Studios have done in order to get this race to you guys. And to have something for you to give to those to whom you love. I tell you what, Hayes is loving that 2-tire call. Got a great jump off the restart. Ultimately was able to leap out in front of the field. I was very surprised of the launch of the 46 off of that restart. And this is only going to help him, right? Where the stage gets a little shorter, you're going to depend less on the tires. Hayes is pretty content, of course, being up front, but, I mean, he's also, more than likely, Jared is content on shortening up the stage. You don't want to press your luck around here, and ultimately you want to be able to do the best you can from the lead and just let chaos reign behind you. Wasn't really expecting that coming out of the restart, but these trucks are on cold tires and they do spin pretty easily. More than likely, that's what we saw coming to get that green flag. Sorry for the interruption, Brett Bullard says up there in production. I love how Brett's able to communicate to us right here on the fly as we try to bring you some Tier 1 Truck Series action for tonight's event. You can see our sponsors down there in the lower corner of the screen under these yellow flags. We got some awesome partners here. We got some Cash Customs, some Easy Day Bot. We got, of course, the title sponsor for the Truck Series. You got Rap Surgeon, Admin Box. I mean, so many great partners that are coming along, making sure that this Truck Series is as successful as possible. Trying to be as successful as Jared Hayes on 2-tire restarts. That 46 machine is looking to pounce once again. He's got Justin Sumner now to his inside as Dakota Ramsdale now pops out to his outside. It looks a little different than the first time around. Let's see how aggressive that 94 is here on this restart. He didn't get a good jump from the outside last restart, but now he's back in that preferred lane. The 46 gets the green, and we are trying. No, we're not. The pace truck psyched me out. Goodness gracious. All right, the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to go back to green next time by. I got you. I thought all of you were asleep, but ultimately I duped you as we got the camera angle that I thought we were getting ready for a restart. As you can see, multiple drivers are on pit road or out of this race entirely, mostly due to that lap 1 incident, but these drivers are resilient. They're going to repair their trucks and trying to make their way back out there. Every point matters here in the Tier 1 Truck Series as these guys are going to be duking out for a championship across an awesome, awesome season. Next week, we go to The Rock, another track with some great character. Could present some challenges for these drivers, so got to get everything you can here at a somewhat familiar track here at Legacy, Texas. Jared Hayes looks to lead the field around in that 46 Superflow machine. Can he get the same jump he got last time? Moments will tell here as he gets ready in the restart zone, and there he goes. He clears Dakota Ramsdale to the outside, and the 46 pulls away. Ramsdale able to tuck in on the inside. It looks like everybody is doing well enough here on the restart, but Hayes has got to go if he wants to keep this lead. He's going to throw a block on Sumner. He's got to defend the lane. It's not going to happen. They're going to go 3 wide here into turn 3. Everybody survives. And the 2-tire gamble lasts 1 lap as Hayes is going to free fall through the order now. Look at him go all the way back, getting caught by drivers now hanging around the outside of the top 10. Our attention turns back to the lead with 3 familiar drivers. The Justin and Justin show now takes hold here at Legacy, Texas. Look at the move, the 5-put. On Ramsdale going into turn 3, was able to get in front of him, slam the door, run that low line, not get tight behind the wake of the 94 truck. And we got a battle back here for 4th as well with Caleb Collins. Also looking to the inside, he will complete the pass. And looks like Collins is going to throw his hat into this Texas size ring, as the front 3 are looking to do exactly what they did in stage 1. Run away from the field. Keep it a 3-horse race. Can Sumner fend off these kinds of charges from the 5? And he's looking to the inside. Ultimately, Sumner's going to get that run coming out of the corner. And now the 5 is under attack. Here we go. Ramsdale looking to the inside. Ramsdale trying to get okey-doked there going into turn 3. He's able to keep the truck underneath him. And we have a battle now raging for second between the 5 and 83 machines, with Caleb Collins lurking in the background saying, keep on battling. I'm coming up there. Ramsell and Durand duking it out right now. Flying down the backstretch, these guys aren't giving an inch. You can't wash up the racetrack. There's a guy to your inside, and this guy, Justin Sumner, up front, enjoying the view, and I hope you are too, watching at home. These drivers are putting it all out on the line. Right there is about where the bump is, and you can see it upset the truck on the inside lane, washing up the racetrack, struggling to get the run off the corner. And for now, the fight is resolved for second. Gotta regroup, right? You can't race hard lap after lap after lap here, especially with that stage looming here in 9 laps. If you want to make a charge at second place, you gotta let the tires cool down. You gotta try to make a charge at second place. Who knows? Maybe you guys could work together and go up and catch the leader, Justin Sumner, who's been dominant so far here at Texas. I think that might be the posture of the second and third trucks. They're saying, hey, we're going to miss out on some pretty valuable points here if we don't make a challenge for the lead. They got a little bit of digging to do. Lap traffic might play a factor here towards the end of the stage. We'll have to see. As you can see, there is a car about halfway down the backstretch in front of our leaders. How will Sumner navigate this lap traffic? We have a battle further on back. It's Christopher Cash, who I said earlier in this race started from the back, has to dig himself out of the hole, and now he's looking to the inside of the AOL machine. Can he make it happen? That Cash Customs truck is looking strong today as we near the end of stage 2. Meanwhile, back up front, trucks are catching at least one truck of lap traffic. It's not like you're going to experience waves and waves of trucks here, not on 25 lap runs. But depending on how Sumner catches this traffic up front, that might hurt his run. You can see he's just painting that white line there, trying to be methodical, trying to catch up. Got a time where you catch these trucks. It's so important to not lose momentum. If you do that, you're going to have a fight on your hands for the end of the stage. Meanwhile, back here towards the back end of the top 10, Christopher Cash is just not giving up. He is all over the back of the 29. 5 laps to go here in stage 2. Man, if you give that 69 truck some clean air tonight, I think he is gone with the wind. He has carved his way through the field. Look at him all over the back bumper. Trying to figure out, where do I put this truck in the corner in order to maximize momentum to make something happen. He might have done it right there in 3 and 4. Poke that truck to the outside, try to get some momentum, riding that high line, and ultimately making some inroads for himself, putting himself in position to maximize the final stage. Makes the pass. He's able to work his way one more up the ladder. These guys duking it out back here as they are all chasing this guy, Justin Sumner, who has made his way around the lap machine. And looks like no more drama here for the 94. I mean, he's stretched his lead out to about where it was at the end of the first stage. You got a truck in between you and the guy behind you. If I'm him, I'm feeling pretty good right now. You just got to be smart and play your cards right. That Christopher Cash machine, for anybody wondering, he's made his way all the way up to 7th position. I'd look for that guy to be a factor by the end of this one. I'm pretty sure that's the 33 truck, if I'm not mistaken, of Trey Whitehead. Yes, it is. Trey is 10 laps down. Looking back through the field, you have last week's winner, Matthew Erickson, hounding Greg Wood Jr. Trying to make a move here. Matt, I know, super pumped to get that win at Daytona. Just trying to carry that momentum all throughout the year. Getting a win that first week can really change how you race the rest of your year. You can be really aggressive. Erickson right here, he's sitting in 10th. He wants a little bit more for stage points. Trey Whitehead is not giving up right now. 10 laps down, hounding the leader right now. Says, I just want one lap back. As he did complete lap, 49. We're going down the backstretch trying to get lap 50 all done and dusted for the end of the stage. Sumner throws that truck into 3 and 4. He has been so good at painting that white line. And ultimately, second verse, same as the first. Justin Sumner getting the lead, sticking with it, pulling away, and he looks to be the dominant truck right now. Justin Sumner grabs stage 2 points as your winner. The field woes down. He's going to try to catch the pace car, and these drivers once again are going to be going to pit road. Anybody out there wondering what happened to Jared Hayes on that run? He is nowhere to be seen in the top 10. In fact, he has fallen all the way back to 15th, so that 2-tire gamble for Hayes does not pay off. He's able to keep it on the lead lap. You know, Texas is a pretty big track, but you saw as that truck meandered back into traffic, it just got worse and worse and worse. I don't foresee anybody taking 2 tires here. You had that flexibility in the beginning of the first stage. People, you know, some guys went down, some guys pitted. Ultimately, with some lap finagling, you could make it on fuel. But now the difference here in this third stage is that it's 50 laps long. We're going to redo exactly what we just did. So I don't think there's going to be any fuel gambling. These guys are going to go down. They're going to get their tires. They're going to get their full tanks of fuel and leave accordingly. One truck there, I can't really see him. He's red. He's having a really difficult time getting in and out of his box. But you can see the race there on pit road. I love that camera angle showing how close these trucks are to one another leaving pit road. The more things stay, or the more things, what is that saying? The more things change, the more they stay the same. As Justin Sumner continues to click laps off here at Legacy, Texas, he is still your leader, winning the battle off of pit road. Out of all of these laps that have flown by, it's still the Justin and Justin show. We got a good one here for you shaping up for this final stage. A sprint to the finish. I said it was 50 laps, but much like that second stage break, you know, the laps aren't exactly as advertised. You have to go around the track a few times under yellow. It kind of shortens it a little. Maybe some guys in the back go down, top off, extend that fuel run a little bit longer. But like we said at the top of the show, fuel expectancy is supposed to be about 28-ish laps. You have to factor in the draft a little bit. So, I mean, these guys are going to come down again at some point. Will it be under yellow? Will it be during green flag pit stops? We haven't seen those today. Haven't had the opportunity to see those today. The Justin and Justin show back up front here at Legacy, Texas. As the field tries to sort itself out towards the back, lappers are going towards the back and lead lap guys are trying to find their way in line. The pace truck drops off And we're in for it. A big 50-ish lap sprint here at Texas, trying to decide the winner here of the second race of Tier 1 Truck Series action. Front three sort themselves out, but we got a new player in the conversation, and it's not Dakota Ramsdell. It is Caleb Collins in that third position. As you can see, Dakota's kind of locked back in here in this group with nowhere to go. That's Fuller making his way to the fourth position. Look at that 69 truck lurking on the inside. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He started last. He's making his way back up through the field. That's Christopher Cash. Fuller's loving this side-by-side action. Get me out of here. I want to go and catch the guys in front of me. The best way to do it is for all of you to race side-by-side while I scamper away. Look at this gaggle of race cars. This is a battle for the fifth position. Ultimately, as Ramsdell breaks away, can he make his way back up to the front? Greg Wood Jr. using that high line, trying to get the momentum. He doesn't have draft help. That's going to hurt him here through the tri-oval. As Cash buries that truck down into turn one. He's going to wash up the track just a little bit. Tyler's got to be attentive. Make sure. Oh, no! Not clear. Christopher Cash, who was carving his way through the field hard into the outside wall. Oh, man, what did I say? Coming out of turn two. It's a dynamic at Texas, but it's a dynamic at a lot of these cookie-cutter racetracks where momentum is vital to what these racers do. You got to be aware of the guy making way on the outside and anticipating a run that is to come. Up front, nothing's changed. Justin Sumner probably breathing a sigh of relief, as I'm sure it's common knowledge that that 69 truck was hauling the mail through the field. Ultimately, not clear coming out of turn two. An incident between him and Tyler in that AOL machine. Some guys are coming down pit road. Okay, I see you. Still can't make it. I mean, I'd like to think you can't make it. I've been wrong before up here, but I was told 28 laps, 28-ish laps. You ain't making it with 40 to go. But these guys are putting fuel in their trucks so that later on down the road, they can put less in their trucks later. So you can see your favorite driver on this strategy making their way down and away. Some guys might be repairing damage on pit road. The attention turns back to the front of the field, which now, with Cash, being wrecked, you have the 94 kind of breathing a sigh of relief. Because personally, up here in the booth, I haven't seen anybody to hold a candle to that 94 truck. He's been able to kind of skedaddle away. He's really good on the long run. Kind of stretch it out to a second in that 25-lap dual run that we had earlier in the race. And unless if he messes up a restart, which we did see him do, but he was on the outside lane when that happened. I just don't know. Clean air's worth so much, and then you talk about, well, earlier in the race, the 5 was in front of the 94, and, well, 94 got by him, so I don't know. Caleb Collins lurking back there in third place. He's kind of been steady Eddie up through the field. Fuller coming out of that big run at Daytona. He's making himself known here in fourth. Now racing with some of these guys who we consider favorites throughout the Tier 1 racing series. Be curious to see how he holds himself here on this restart. Greg Wood Jr. lurking back there in the third row. So you definitely got some guys up here that have the talent to contend. But man, that 94 truck has been strong all day long. As we're getting ready for another restart, the field will take lap 61 of 100. The pace truck will make its way down pit road, and like we began our day, it's still the Justin and Justin show up front. Two drivers looking to maximize points today. Sumner gets a great launch and is able to get away. 5 looking to get on the inside lane going into turn 1. Collins gives him enough room to do it. Wrapping the bottom, getting the draft of the guy in front of you. You see that gaggle further on back in the field. Watch out for that. That's a battle for about, I don't know, just inside the top 10. Look at the lines of these trucks now. You got to experiment. You can't pass people riding in their tire tracks. Greg Wood Jr. knows that more than most. He's trying to make the outside line work on what I thought was about the third best truck, if not the second best truck here, Dakota Ramsdell. Oh, we got action way deep in the field, and that's Tyler again. I think that's Chavez also getting into it. Oh my goodness, what a hard hit into the inside fence. Wow. A huge wreck here on lap 63 involving a couple trucks that have found misfortune earlier in the race, finding it once again. Oh my goodness. Look at the skid marks. He wrecked for an entire backstretch. Ultimately, once again, we here at Tier 1 Studios, you gotta know we tried. This race specifically has given us fits to produce, and we're trying to do the best we can up here in the booth to provide you the live action that's going around here at Legacy, Texas. Going back, grabbing a replay, that's kind of tough for us to do right now. We apologize for that. You guys are the best at what you do. But ultimately, I said at Daytona, Brett and I, we're trying to figure out how to work together. It's not like we've never done anything before, but we're just trying to work out some kinks here early on in the beginning of the season to give you guys the best viewing experiences possible. And the lengths that we have gone to produce this race, oh my goodness, tremendous. And we just hope you guys really enjoy this broadcast. I know it's not typical. We don't want this to be the norm. We want to be able to go back and get you replays. We want to be able to provide you the best broadcasting experience that the iRacing platform has to offer. Brett and myself, we both believe in each other greatly in order to give you this action. But this week will have to stay an anomaly, hopefully, for us at Tier 1 Studios. What isn't an anomaly is that 94 speed. I mean, he has been good off the launch. He's been good in short run defense. He's been good at long run, being able to stretch out the lead. We haven't gotten any long runs here at this second stage, so it's putting some pressure on that 94. You got to get launches good every time. Got to manage well. Got to pay attention to fuel, too. I mean, we're nearing the fuel window. We're creeping towards it right now. I don't think we're quite there yet. We do have cautions to play with, and a lot of these guys, they clutch as soon as the yellow flag flies. They're able to save a lot of gas. Said at the top of the show, drafting under green flag conditions, you can save a lot of gas doing that too. But again, that magic number is about 28 laps, and then anything beyond that, it's up to the driver. You're able to save during caution flags. You're able to save during green flag runs. Who's going to be able to do that? Who's going to bite the bullet and go down pit road first? Only time will tell. Maybe we've got a green flag run in us here to the end. We'll have to see. 2 by 2, these trucks go. Once again, as before, as the back of the field sorts itself out. Justin and Justin making their way to the green flag once again, and that 94 once again gets a great leap off the line. The battles for second as Caleb Collins has entered the chat. Can he roll the bottom of 1 and 2? It looks like he will as he brings his teammate Greg Wood Jr. with him. The battle now rages for third place. Can Collins shut the door on his teammate? That's going to get the 67 a little bit tight. You can see Collins up about half a lane, able to provide some air to his teammate. And free falling through the field now is the driver of the number 5. Sumner likes what he sees, but I don't know. Be careful what you wish for. These two drivers behind him are new players into the top 3 roles. Look at who's just came back to 4th. Dakota Ramsdell. I like the resiliency out of this 83 truck. He got buried back in traffic, didn't panic. Ultimately, as he as he side drafts the heck out of. I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind up here at the booth. These guys laying it on each other's doors. This lap 68. Everybody can't make it on gas. As the yellow flag is out once again. Didn't really see cause for caution here, as the drivers were catching the pace truck. Field order trying to sort itself out. But now do you come down? I mean, lap 68, like maybe you can stretch it, given the amount of yellows that we've had. All right, we have a few coming down pit road right now. Like, it's 28 laps, right? We got that from Caleb Collins. We got that number from him before the race began. If this race continues to go under yellow, if this race continues to be one in which the short green flag runs provide ample drafting opportunities, maybe you can make it. We'll have to see. Some guys have made their way down pit road. You can see on the top of your screen who is on pit road for repairs. Those are the guys further on down the order. And who is on pit road for tires and fuel. The front remains the same. I mean, Sumner is out here. He's content with running it dry, more than likely, and then going down pit road. And these, I don't know, about front 7, 8 trucks who didn't pit, they're more than likely all on the same strategy. They want to be able to run this out, see how long they can go, put minimal fuel in the truck, make the truck light, and then go as fast as you possibly can for that last little stint left in the race. Most of these guys pitted at stage break, so you got to play the numbers there. Sumner will start in that preferred low line. Now Greg Wood Jr. lining up behind him. Let's see what that 67 truck has to offer for tonight. Caleb Collins is going to be experiencing the treachery of the outside. We have not seen all night long a decent restart from number 2. And part of that is because of how Legacy Texas is constructed. There's just not a lot of grip up there on restarts to get any car rolling. It doesn't matter if it's a truck. It doesn't matter if it's an ARCA car. It doesn't matter if it's a next-gen car. No matter what you're driving here, that Highline is terrible on restarts. Trust me. I know a thing or two about terrible restarts. So these guys are lining up and getting ready to go. We're going to be taking lap 71. Man, I think if you pitted twice here, you're putting yourself in pretty decent position. Only time will tell for these drivers here at Tier 1 Truck Series. Caleb Collins on the outside next to the guy who's been leading it all. It's Justin Sumner out front in the 94. Can he get a good launch through the box? Ooh, little jump there. I don't know. That restart zone's pretty finicky. We'll have to see how this one shakes out. Collins giving it back and then some on the restart. He's going to dip down in line here. Back to 4th place. I know sometimes the restart zones here are weird, like you're trying to figure things out. And there it is, Caleb Collins restart violation infraction. You saw it on the replay, the launch of the 94 didn't quite get going right when Caleb thought. And although they crossed the start-finish line good, iRacing's got this thing with restarts, and if it thinks you jumped, you jumped. Got a great battle further on back here. The 84 truck duking it out, trying to make his way back up through the field. Been a little while since we've seen him. He's inside the top 10. That one machine was involved in that lap 1 incident. Look at him go. That's Elliott. There in the 9th position. That AOL truck has seen his fair share of tragedy tonight, and he's still chugging along. He's got a fast truck. Maybe not a race-winning truck, but one definitely faster than about the 12th place position he finds himself now. Meanwhile, the battle continues up front with Greg Wood Jr. and Justin Sumner. Caleb Collins has not gone down pit road to serve his penalty quite yet. He's got a few laps to do that. Can Greg Wood Jr. do the thing that nobody's done? Pass the 94 on a green flag run. We'll have to see. He's been pretty smart about how he's used that outside lane. Very selective of how he passes people here. Look at him peeking that truck out to the outside, diamond in the corner, trying to get a good run off. And these guys are still frantically trying to make their way to the end. Remember, a lot of these guys still have to pit with 26 laps to go. We're definitely in our fuel window now. So now it's a matter of chicken. Do you have what it takes to stay out, to risk the fact that there might not be a caution thrown here between now and the end of the race? And what happens to those group of guys who already pitted? Are they currently saving? Are they making sure that they're running 3/4 throttle in the draft? Are they doing everything they can to pull this one off? We'll have to see. We know the drivers up front have to pit, as Sumner enjoys that clean air in front of Greg Wood Jr. Thundering down the backstretch, these guys are trying to outsmart each other. As you saw that little side move there from Greg, just trying to psych him out, just trying to give him something a little different to look at in the mirror, hoping that the 94 winds up beating himself. I don't know. If I'm Greg, I'm chilling. I mean, you got the draft. You know you're gonna have to pit. Same thing as the 94. Why don't you just chill? Save gas. Hope for a yellow. Race smarter, not harder right now. As these two get the flag for 23 laps to go at Legacy, Texas. I also like what Duran's doing back there in 3rd place. He's just kind of hanging around. I envy his position. He's not quite up next to the leaders quite yet. He's going to get there eventually, but he's safe, right? He's safe between these two that might get battling with one another. He's safe in front of the group behind him. You can just hit your marks. Focus on being consistent right now. As Justin Sumner continues to lead with 22 laps to go, the viewer at home has to remember these guys cannot make it to the end on fuel. Duran back here in 3rd place. Just talked about him. The battle back here for 4th with Jared Hayes. Remember, he took that 2-tire gamble earlier this race. He finds himself in 4th. Eric Howard, I don't think we've talked about Eric all night long. He's chilling up here. Eddie Baker as well. Eddie playing a smart race. There's Dakota Ramsdell, who we mentioned earlier as one of the top 3 trucks. Daytona winner, Matthew Erickson, chilling at the back of this group. Zachary Tyler from York, Pennsylvania. Zachary Wake. So you got the Justin and Justin's show and the Zach and Zach show. Connor Elliott back here in his own little groove. Alex Fuller. There's Christopher Cash back here trying to rebound from that incident earlier in the race. Dave Harrington still chugging along. Kevin Coleman, involved in that lap 1 incident, really couldn't get away from trouble most of the night. Caleb Collins having to serve that pit road penalty, as we have a few guys who have blinked. With 20 laps to go, they are on pit road. You saw them briefly on your screen. Now only time will tell. When do the leaders wind up pitting? As you can see here on pit road, one of them already has. I thought Hayes was on that different strategy, but apparently not. As more drivers continue down pit road. That's Justin Sumner. He's pulled down pit road. Eddie Baker, now your leader, with Dakota Ramsdell behind him. These guys are on the alternative strategy. What can they do? Ultimately, if I'm Ramsdell, you know, I've got a really good car. As they put Justin Sumner a lap down, that's got to feel good, you know? One of the best car in the whole field. Now you got him trapped. If I'm these two, I don't battle, as they instantly battle. What are we doing? What are we doing? What am I doing? What am I doing up here in the booth? The lead swaps positions with 10 laps to go. Or 10? 17. Glasses. Need glasses up here in the booth. As Sumner now has to hope that all the guys who didn't pit have to pit. He's all the way back in 11th. This is your battle for the lead. Dakota Ramsdell duking it out with Eddie Baker in the 84 machine. All right, if I'm Eddie, because Dakota doesn't want to follow my directions, if I'm Eddie, I'm drafting. I'm saving gas, because we know they were in at about that 30 lap mark to go. And these guys are stretching it. I mean, you got to play it smart. And you can greatly benefit from the draft here. Oh, man. Texas has now turned into a fuel strategy race. As you can see, Justin Sumner trying to unlap himself. Man, this is a decision by the leaders. What do? You got to let him go for as fast as he is. 4 freshies, full tank of gas, freedom blowing in your sails. The 94 unlaps himself, still in 11th. But if a yellow should to fall now, oh my goodness, watch out for that 94 machine. The battle continues to rage between these two drivers up front, who have played the fuel strategy and are now gambling on the fact of saving fuel. Zachary Tyler is in 3rd place. He's a bit further back from this group, as it's a 2-horse race for now. Although Tyler's not in a bad spot either. If these guys outrace themselves, as you can see, as you can see, 2 more drivers looking to unlap themselves. That would be the 2nd and 3rd place position drivers on the alternative schedule, taking fuel and leaving. They unlap themselves. Oh, man. I love fuel strategy races. You have cars that weren't necessarily the fastest, but decided to race the smartest. And now we sweat it out with 13 laps to go. Can you save enough? It's all going to come down to that. And I love the position that the 84 truck is in. He's given up the lead, in fact, and is just within earshot. You just got to stick around. Alex Fuller's taking over the 3rd place spot. As you can see back here, this is a battle for proverbial 2nd on the strategy of making sure that you have enough gas, as Greg Wood Jr. trying to get back into the top 10. That lap traffic scuffle has brought these two back together, but man, Ramsdell was about the 3rd best truck all night long, found himself buried in traffic, switched gears, decided to go pit strategy, and it might pay off for him tonight. Feel like we haven't really talked about Eddie Baker nearly at all tonight, And because of this strategy, he's able to throw his hat in the ring. Can he get a win at Texas? Wow, with 10 laps to go. What a shot going into turn 1. That just tells me Dakota is saving as much as he possibly can through the tri-oval. And I love what Eddie did there. He didn't get excited, didn't fly around him. He goes, no. You wanted the lead this bad. You take it. You punch a hole through the air. I'm going to benefit from your draft. Let's see. Does he slow down again? A little bit. Look at that 84 truck. Make his way to the high line. I don't think Ramsdell gave him much of a choice as he just pulled over. Said, buddy, you need to be leading. I need to be drafting, although I don't know how well you're going to draft being that far back. Can Eddie Baker pull off the upset here at Legacy, Texas? Out ahead of them, you saw our buddy Matt, who won at Daytona, wound up unlapping himself. That puts 11 cars back on the lead lap. Anything can happen. Here with 8 laps to go, Eddie Baker now punching the hole through the air for the lead over Dakota Ramsdell. You have Fuller, Tyler, and Wake rounding out your top 5. But the battle, of course, you can see by the interval, suggests a 2-truck race. Who is going to save gas the best? Look at Ramsdell. He says, I want the lead back. He's going to try to make a move. Thundering down the backstretch they go. As you see, Fuller making his way into frame. He was over 2 seconds back. Now he's 1.6 seconds back. Ramsdell takes the lead over with 7 to go. I'll tell you what, Fuller is coming. Down to a second now. This might be a 3-car race. I just got done saying a lap ago that these two have checked out. And look who's lurking behind them. Alex Fuller. Another pass for the lead as Eddie Baker goes to the inside. These guys are swamping positions here now with 6 laps to go. Don't look now, but the driver of the 10 has entered the chat. There he is. You can see the gap between 2nd and 3rd. As these two continue to swap positions, continue to try to save fuel. The expected fuel run, 28 laps. These guys are trying to go about 30. Another pass for the lead going into turn 3 and 4. These guys are just swapping positions, trying to maximize fuel saving mode as much as humanly possible. Nobody wants the lead right now, but I guarantee you, with 4 laps to go, everybody's going to want it. The gap to Fuller now is at 0.8 of a second. He gets a sniff of this draft. He's right into this battle. Trying to break the draft. Ramsdell trying to pull away, but you can't be over aggressive here or you're going to run out of gas. I love this racing. They get it. The 3 lap to go signal from the pylon. Ramsdell leading Baker. Baker looking to the inside, nothing's coming. No pressure from behind from Fuller. As the 84 peeks out to the outside, forces a draft. Ramsdell pedaling the truck, trying to maximize fuel saving. The tires screeching, begging for relief. As there's a peek to the inside from Eddie Baker now, with 2 laps to go side by side at the line. Don't look now, but Alex Fuller is 0.6 back. Oh man, we're going to have an awesome finish here as the drivers that are banging doors for the lead going down the backstretch are trying to run on fumes. Rolling 3 and 4, Baker gets the lead back. These guys have swapped lead lap, or they've swapped the lead a few times over the past 10 laps or so, a couple times every lap. It is the final lap from Texas, and Alex Fuller has entered the chat. To the outside, Dakota Ramsdell's going to put a block on Fuller. He's going to get a bump. A huge block down the backstretch. We are going to be 3 wide going into 3 and 4. No, Fuller thinks better of it. Can Baker get the run on the high line? Coleman in the way. Charging off of turn 4. They touch. They spin. It's going to be Eddie Baker on fuel mileage, winning it here at Legacy, Texas. Oh my goodness. Dakota Ramsdell across the line sideways. Alex Fuller finishing 3rd. Wake and Sumner round out your top 5. Unbelievable finish. What a finish. Oh my goodness. What in the world did we just see? Eddie Baker on fuel mileage snags the win here at Legacy, Texas for the 2nd race of Tier 1 Truck Series action. Let's try to get these guys up in the booth. Zach, up in the booth, you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Alex, managed to get 3rd tonight after starting 11th here from Texas. Saw a little bit of everything tonight, and you pull off a podium finish. Talk to the fans out there about your experience running around Legacy, Texas.
First, I just want to say that New Texas, probably a little favorable right now, but it was a hell of a race. I mean, there was a lot of action. I was glad to avoid most of the action because not all of it was. Not everyone came out unscathed tonight, but it was a lot of fun. I mean,
for sure. I think when you go to these legacy tracks, right, people want like the character of the old racetrack, but that certainly has its fair share of challenges, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it was in practice and qualifying, but like turn 1 and 2 off new tires, it was loose. I mean, I think that caused a huge wreck early on. It just people, I mean, I don't know. It's just it was interesting.
Well, Alex managed to put together a pretty good night. You started out from outside top 10, then wound up getting a podium finish. Do you have any thank you, sponsors, or shout outs you want to get on the air before we have to let you go?
Oh, I just want to give a quick shout out to our Noob Squad racing team. Always positive, always sharing strategies, and the fuel saving worked for 2 of us, and then Justin right after us ended up doing a whole different strategy. So we finished 3, 4, 5. So big shout out to them for the success on a couple different strategies.
Yeah, great team effort tonight out of you guys. Again, getting 3 out of the top 5 finishing positions. That's definitely a night that everybody can smile on. Go and enjoy it, Alex.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
That was Alex Fuller in the booth. We're going to grab our 2nd place finisher of the night. Try to get him up here. Dakota Ramsdell. It's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, man. Managed to go from 5th to 2nd tonight. That 83 truck had quite an adventure tonight. As we talked with Alex, a lot of people had a lot of various adventures here around Legacy, Texas. But speaking of your night, can you tell the fans how you got to navigate that 83 truck to the 2nd place finish?
Well, we ran first 2 stages pretty strong, I felt. I think we finished 3rd in both of those stages, and I mean the truck built tight. Probably over the course of 18 laps, it started getting real tight after that. And then so we finished 3rd and came away with some points, and I knew that we were going to have to do something different to beat those guys. And the way the caution fell, I told my crew chief, I was like, I'm gonna pit here, and I'm gonna take fuel only, and we're gonna run the rest of this race without pitting. And I mean, me and Eddie Baker, I guess, kind of had the same idea, and we were half on the throttle all the way around that track for multiple laps, trying to save just a couple more laps. And now I'm kind of watching the replay right now, and of course I door slam him coming off of 4, and I didn't mean to, and I've already apologized to that for him. And it was a good race. After I slid across the line, I ended up running out of gas, or I ran out of gas, sliding one or the other. But congrats to Eddie, and I mean, here's a P2. It kind of sucks that I didn't win it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and one of the big things that you talked about that I wanted to bring up was the fact that you had a great points day, right? So you come out of Daytona, you kind of don't know what the field's got in store coming out of Daytona, right? To play track, anybody can do anything they want to there, but then to come to a challenging track like Legacy, Texas, where there is a lot of bumps, there is a lot of character, you put together from start to finish a really solid day. Definitely one to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was a great points day for this Big Tex Autoplex Toyota for sure. And we did come away with a lot of points, and hopefully that bumps us up in the standings because last week at Daytona I couldn't get any points in it, and I don't know what I could have done different then, but we moved on. We came out here and we showed up, and I wish we showed up one place further.
Dakota out here swinging here, race 2 of Tier 1 Truck Series action. So, you have any thank you sponsors or shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I'll shout out Big Tex Autoplex and Pontoon Stuff and Deckmate, and those guys stand behind me for anything I do, and they support the channel here and support me racing. And then big shout out to y'all for doing the broadcast, and my wife that watches, and my dad at Crew Chiefs, and everybody at the station.
Everybody chipping in. Good stuff. All right, Dakota. We'll let you go. Go and enjoy.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
That is Dakota Ramsdale finishing P2 tonight. But now is the big trucker in the room tonight, and that will be our race winner, Eddie Baker. It's Zach up in the booth. You have a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my goodness. Lots of twists and turns tonight. You driving from 15th to 1st, getting that 84 truck up front, duking it out there with Dakota there at the end, managed to get the win. Talk to the fans about your night here at Legacy.
Well, first off, I want to say that I did this whole race battling a concussion. I've been in my room in the dark for 2 days now, so this was my first time out of my room. I was like, I can't miss this race. I don't know if it made me slower and helped me save fuel or just calm me down. I don't know what, but I'll take that.
I'll make sure to talk quietly in this interview so that it doesn't disrupt you. Maybe we'll get some like ASMR views here for the interview. So,
Kind
but
of a freak incident. I had a window in my office at work fall out of the track and landed and shattered over my head. So that's always
oh
good on
my
a Saturday.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I'm glad that you're okay enough to race tonight. You managed to get the win. That last run really meant that you and Dakota had to save some fuel. What's going through your mind as the laps are ticking down? You're probably not feeling the best. You have to stay disciplined. You have to keep the lead, and ultimately you wind up the winner. I mean, how mentally taxing is this race for you? We talked to the other guys about how physically grueling this track could be with its bumps and whatnot, but you had a completely different battle.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had a sixth place truck. I really wasn't much better than that, and not really a big fan of these draft dependent intermediate tracks. I miss the
Mhm.
off throttle time and moving around and whatnot. And then, I was kind of okay with just trying to get some fuel under the cautions and like, play it out. I'm like, I got sixth place in the bag. It is what it is. And then I had to keep calling out the pace car for my teammate Kevin because he was trying to fix damage. So I kept like slurring words and getting messed up. He's like, "You really don't sound good." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of dizzy here." The triples, the looking at the one monitor in the middle was fine, but the two on the sides were killing me. And then we found ourselves with that little bit of a green run, and I said, I think I can try and save and make it here. I think I'm going to try to do that. And Dakota had the same idea, and he was half throttle on the straightaways. He was saying I was about three quarters, so I kept getting frustrated. I'm like, oh my god, he's going too slow. We're gonna get caught by Alex in third. So I kept trying to pass him, and then when I'd pass him, he'd come back and pass me. I'm like, oh my god, what are we doing here? But turns out, we had that almost epic three, I guess four wide with Coleman being a lap down there at the last lap, and right as we come through the tri-oval, Dakota kind of come up and touch my door, and right as he did, I ran out of fuel. So if he didn't spin himself, he probably would have taken the win.
Wow. All right. Well, a lot of insight there that we up in the booth didn't have, but we're thankful that you're able to give us uh, that interview finishing 1, 2, or 3, and you snag a win here, and you're not feeling the greatest. So, from us to you, we hope you feel better soon. But do you have any thank you, sponsors, or shout outs you want to give before we wrap it up for the night?
Yeah, just want to, shout out to WFO Racing, my teammates Bryson, Chris Cash, Lucas, and Kevin Coleman. They were pretty quiet and good to me tonight with the head issues. I definitely want to shout out Sullivan Tire for being on the truck. The CEO gave me permission to use the logos and everything, so that's really nice.
That's cool.
He likes to kind of tune in once in a while to the broadcast and see what's going on. We got 84 stores in our company, so it's pretty huge. And just thanks to you guys for putting everything on, and thanks for some clean race under the top three. And now I'm just gonna go lay in a dark room till tomorrow night and try again in ARCA.
All right. Well, I look forward to duking it out there with you on the ARCA circuit tomorrow. I'll race quietly around you, and hopefully we'll hedge our bets tomorrow. But um, good to be able to talk with you here up in the booth, man. Uh, go rest. Go be well, man.
I appreciate it. I just want to give a quick shout out to my grandmother too. She's been in the hospital for a couple days, and she usually watches every one of these streams that I send her. So just want to give her a shout out, and this wins for her.
Awesome. All right, Eddie. Well, get well soon, Grandma, and enjoy Eddie's win. This is pretty cool. So good stuff, Eddie. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
And that concludes our race here at Texas. You were able to see it all with crazy finishes as drivers are running out, sputtering towards the start finish line. 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide action across the high banks of Texas. And oh man, we had a good one tonight. And I'm really honored to bring the action here to you. My name is Zach Woods, and I want to thank the guy over in production, Brett Bullard, for making all the switches happen and putting together a great broadcast for you tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you tune in to other Tier 1 action here on Tier 1 Studios later this week. And we'll see you again for Truck Series action from The Rock real soon. We'll talk to you again. Everybody, have a good night.